Most people get this wrong when they try to start a company in Slovenia. They think it is just a quick online registration, like signing up for a freelancing platform. But Slovenia is a real European legal system. It is structured, it is formal, and if you miss even one requirement, your company registration can get delayed or rejected. Here's the truth no one tells you up front. Starting a company in Slovenia is actually very smooth if you follow the exact legal process. But if you skip steps, especially around documentation and tax registration, you can easily lose weeks. And in business, time is money. Now here's exactly what you are going to learn in this video. You will understand how company formation in Slovenia works in 2026, which legal structure is best for foreigners, the exact step-by-step process from idea to fully registered company, what documents you need, how much it costs, how long it takes, banking setup, tax obligations, and the biggest mistakes that slow people down. By the end, you will have a clear practical roadmap you can follow without confusion. And we are starting immediately with the most important decision. Because before anything else, you need to choose the right company structure. Now here's where most beginners fail. They pick a structure without understanding taxes, liability, or long-term flexibility. In Slovenia, the most common business structure for foreigners is called a ADOO, which stands for Družba z omejeno odgovornostjo. You don't need to remember the full name. Just think of it as Slovenia's version of a limited liability company. It is similar to an LLC in the United States, or a private limited company in the UK. The main advantage is protection. Your personal assets are generally separate from your business liabilities. Now here's where it gets interesting. There are other options like sole proprietorship, but for international entrepreneurs, freelancers working with EU clients, or anyone building a scalable business, the DOO is almost always the best choice. But here's the problem most people don't realize. Slovenia is very strict about capital requirements and documentation. So if you rush, you will hit delays. Now let's talk about something very important before we go further. To start a DOO in Slovenia, you need a minimum share capital. The standard requirement is 7,500 euros. This is not a fee. This is company capital. It belongs to the business and can be used for operations after registration. Now here's a small but important detail. At least part of this capital must be deposited before registration, depending on how the company is structured and the bank requirements. Many beginners misunderstand this and think it is just a paper number. It is not. Now here's a curiosity loop for you. In a minute, I will show you the exact step-by-step process that determines whether your company gets approved in one smooth flow or gets stuck in multiple administrative loops. But first, let's answer a very important question. Can foreigners start a company in Slovenia? The answer is yes. Foreigners can fully own a Slovenian company. You do not need Slovenian citizenship. You do not even need residency in many cases. But here's the catch. You must have a registered address in Slovenia. This is legally required. Your company must have an official business address where government authorities can send mail and legal notices. Now here's what many people do not realize. You do not need to physically rent an office. Many service providers offer registered office addresses for company formation purposes. This is common in Europe. But here's the important part. That address is not just symbolic. It is legally active. Tax authorities, courts, and government agencies will use it for official communication. So choosing a reliable provider is critical. Now let's move to company management. A Slovenian DOO must have at least one director. This person is responsible for running the company legally. A foreigner can be a director, but in some cases, additional documentation may be required, depending on residency status and bank compliance rules. Now here's where things start to become more structured. In Slovenia, company formation is not just a single registration. It is a sequence of legal steps involving the court, tax authority, and banking system. And in a minute, I will show you that full sequence so you can understand how everything connects. But first, let's break down the documents you need. You will need a company founding agreement. This document defines ownership structure, business activities, capital contribution, and management rules. It must follow Slovenian legal formatting. You will also need identification documents such as a passport, proof of address, and sometimes notarized translations depending on your country of origin. Now here's where most beginners make a critical mistake. They underestimate document formatting. In Slovenia, even small errors in legal documents can delay the registration process. Now let's move into the actual step-by-step process. Step 1 is choosing and reserving your company name. Your company name must be unique and not already registered in Slovenia. It must also comply with naming rules, meaning it cannot be misleading or offensive. Now here's a retention moment. The next step is where most delays actually happen, and it has nothing to do with your business idea. Step 2 is preparing the founding documents. This includes the Articles of Association. It defines shareholders, ownership percentages, company activity, and management structure. Now here's the key insight. In Slovenia, these documents are usually signed in front of a notary. This is a legal requirement. The notary ensures everything is valid under Slovenian law. If this step is done incorrectly, your entire registration process can stall. Step 3 is depositing share capital. This is where you open a temporary bank account and deposit the required capital. The bank issues a certificate confirming the deposit. Now here's where it gets interesting. Without this certificate, you cannot proceed to final registration. So banking is not optional. It is part of the legal chain. Step 4 is submitting the company registration to the Slovenian court registry. This is the official authority that creates your company as a legal entity. Once approved, your company becomes officially registered and receives its registration number. Now here's the moment everything becomes real. This is when your company legally exists in Slovenia. Step 5 is tax registration. After incorporation, your company is registered with the Financial Administration of the Republic of Slovenia. You receive a tax number, which is required for invoicing and operations. Now let's pause for a second because this is important. Many beginners think they can start invoicing immediately after company registration. But depending on your business model, you may also need VAT registration. In Slovenia, VAT registration becomes mandatory if your annual turnover exceeds a threshold, which is currently around 50,000 euros. However, voluntary VAT registration is also possible, and sometimes beneficial for EU business operations. Now here's a curiosity loop. In a minute, I will show you how long the full process actually takes, and how experienced founders speed it up significantly. But first, let's talk about banking. Step 6 is opening a corporate bank account. This is required for full business operations. Your share capital is typically held in this account, and all business transactions flow through it. Now here's a real-world example. Imagine Alex, a freelance software developer from India. He registers a Slovenian DOO. He uses it to work with clients in Germany and Austria. He invoices through his Slovenian company, receives payments into his business account, and operates legally within the EU framework. This is why Slovenia is attractive. It provides access to the European market with a stable legal system. Now let's talk about timing. In a smooth case, company registration in Slovenia takes around 1 to 3 weeks. But delays can happen if documents are incomplete, or if bank verification takes longer than expected. Now here's the key insight most people miss. The speed of registration is not about luck. It is about preparation. Clean documents mean fast approval. Now let's talk about cost. The cost of starting a company in Slovenia includes notary fees, registration fees, bank fees, and optional legal assistance. The total varies depending on whether you use professional help or do parts yourself. But here's what really matters. The cost of mistakes is always higher than the cost of setup. A rejected application or missing document can delay your business significantly. Now let's move into ongoing obligations because this is where real responsibility begins. Once your company is active, you must follow Slovenian accounting rules. This includes bookkeeping, annual reports, and tax filings. Even if your company has no revenue, reporting obligations still exist. Now, here's a common mistake. Many beginners assume inactive companies have no requirements. That is incorrect. Compliance is mandatory, regardless of revenue. This is why many foreign founders hire local accountants. It ensures compliance with Slovenian law and avoids penalties. Now let's talk about VAT again. If you are working with EU clients or planning to scale quickly, VAT strategy becomes important. But registering too early without understanding implications can increase administrative workload unnecessarily. So, timing is everything. Now here's the final insight before we wrap up. Slovenia is not just a company registration destination. It is a gateway to the European Union business system. Once your company is properly set up, you can operate across Europe with a high level of credibility and legal stability. Now let's quickly summarize everything. To start a company in Slovenia in 2026, you choose a DOO structure, secure a registered address, prepare notarized founding documents, deposit share capital, register with the court registry, obtain tax registration, open a business bank account, and maintain ongoing accounting and compliance. The biggest takeaway is simple. Slovenia is very efficient when done correctly, but very strict when done incorrectly. And now, you have a complete step-by-step roadmap, from idea to fully operational Slovenian company. If you found this guide useful, make sure to like the video, leave a comment with your questions, and subscribe. In upcoming videos, I will break down how to scale an EU-based company, including tax optimization strategies, banking systems, and client acquisition methods that work in 2026.